He now works in a club in America. One day his friend comes to him and tells him and asked him to join a arm wrestling competition. He has no desire to go to the arm competition, but in the end his friend made him agree. They go to the club, where they are putting money for this competition. Whoever he's going to play with hasn't lost a match all night, so no one wants to put money on the Mark. The match begins, and Mark shows off his strength. The one in front couldn't move his hand a bit. Mark didn't need to apply any force. In the end, Mark won the match without any effort, and they get a lot of money in. But suddenly, a fight starts, because the loser doesn't accept his defeat. Because of this, Mark quarrels and fights with them, which causes him to lose his job. After a week, Mark got a job in a market. There, he leads a very good life, and he is very satisfied with his life. But sometimes he remembers his house. After a while, his friend Kim received a call. His friend asked him to come to Korea, a competition through which international competition can be played. Mark left for Korea to fulfill his dream. After landing at the airport, Kim comes to pick up Mark, then took him to the restaurant. Then they start talking and Kim tells him he wants to be his agent. He wishes Mark good luck, but inside he continues to try to make money through Mark. Kim needs Mark to make money. After that, they hang out in many places where many girls thought it was Mark as a tourist and took photos with him. After many years in America, Mark's Korean language changed and he began to speak differently. At night, they go to a club. In that club, Mark is working as a security guard as before. After the club, Kim asks Mark about his mother and say something, but Mark says he doesn't want to know or meet anyone. Kim drops Mark off at a hotel where he has accommodations. Mark felt comfortable bed for the first time. But in that hotel room, he find a box where Kim keeps his mobile, and there is his mother's address. Kim, on the other hand, is talking to a millionaire about putting money above the Mark. First, he given a punishment because he spoke without permission. But after seeing one of the competition scenes, he agrees to put money on Mark. The only condition is that Mark must keep his word. The next day, Mark reached home through that address. But before he knocks on the door, two kids come in front of him and treat him as a bad person because he is too big. Then he himself left there because they are afraid of him. Then those two children entered their house and told their mother about that man. Then the mother see that man by the window. Sumi has shops in which gangster you paid a lot of money. The next day, Mark goes to market to meet millionaire, and the millionaire wants to see some of Mark's competition. There again, they met with another big man, millionaire, gambling. Mark loses the big man with his strength and power and shows off, and shows his power to everyone. For winning the match, he is given a room in a 5-star hotel. Millionaire messages Kim and says that Mark will win the first match tomorrow and lose the second match. Kim thought that Mark wouldn't agree with him. Then tells him about the condition. Then Mark accepts his word. Kim doesn't think he will accept his word so easily. Sumi in getting two children ready for school. But his son is worried because of that big man. But Sumi knew it was Mark. Sumi's previous photo shows her mother with the man whose name is Mark. After his two child went outside, the two child came face to face with Mark. The boy tells that man not to see him in that place again, or he will call the police. On the other hand, the millionarian wants to see Mark's match with arm wrestler. Millionaire can't trust Mark, so he wants to see Mark match with another arm wrestler, and then he will decide. Then in that match, the opponents arm wrestle with Mark, and Mark immediately defeats him. Then there is a break, and in that break the gangstar talking with the girl Sumi and misbehaves with her. And touches her badly. Then the millionaire says that because of his debt of money, he now owns the girl Ito, whatever he wants. And seeing that scene, Mark got upset, and he won the match by disobeying the millionaire, and pushes him badly. The millionaire asks Mark why he didn't listen to him, and Mark's ignore him and pushes him. Kim doesn't realize it, but later realizes that Mark did all of that because of Sumi. Then Kim want to know about Mark and Sumi's relationship. At that time, the gangster came and took fight with him. And then Mark helped Kim, and then he beat all the goons. Sumi got into a fight and tried to stop the fight, but Mark pushes her. The police take Mark and Kim to the police station. Police do not believe he is a wrestler. Then the police also had a wrestling competition with him so that they could understand that he is a wrestler. The police had lost, but even the police did not leave them. After a while Sumi comes and gives them the password and thy proof that he is a wrestler. Then there he shows a photo which reveals that Sumi and Mark's stepsister. And Sumi says that their mother died a year ago. Hearing this, the Mark heart is broken. Then the Sumi's family asks Mark to stay with them. The girl in their family likes to talk to Mark, and so does the boy. A couple of teenagers were smoking outside the house, and they didn't even hear Sumi then left after Mark's arrival. Mark thought he was pressuring them of staying with them. Then he changed the decision, and he also walk away those goons and stay with them. Then he takes care of Sumi's children, and everyone has fun. After some time, they go to the restaurant and eat many kinds of food and have a lot of fun. She have become very different to run her business and the people of his house because of this. One day, she gets upset because her house is messy all the time. But Mark took care of her house and children. On the other hand, Kim is very worried about money. In the end, Mark will compete against two powerful wrestlers. One of the two is named Combo and the other is Kane. Kane is famous for breaking arms. He is also practicing for the match. Subscribe for part 2.